Michael Seitz is an American retired professional wrestler and former musician. Seitz is best known for leading the Fabulous Freebirds under the ring name Michael P.S. Hayes and for his role as an announcer under the name Doc Hendrix in the World Wrestling Federation. He currently works with WWE as the head of the road agents, producers. Early career. Hayes started wrestling in 1977 in the Tennessee Regional Promotions. In 1978, he wrestled his first tour overseas in Germany for Catch Wrestling Association. In 1979, he formed a tag team with Terry "Bam Bam" Gordy called the Fabulous Freebirds. Hayes became Michael P.S. Hayes, and they strutted their way to many tag team titles along with Buddy Jack Roberts. Hayes also started moonwalking in the ring like Michael Jackson used to do in concert. The Freebirds spent 1980 through 1982 in the NWA's Georgia Championship Wrestling area, where they won the national tag team titles a few times, split and feuded, then mended fences. World Class Championship Wrestling. In 1982, they left for World Class Championship Wrestling, where they had one of their most famous feuds. During Christmas night in 1982, Hayes was chosen by the fans to be the special guest referee during the Ric Flair-Kerry Von Erich NWA World Heavyweight Championship match inside a steel cage. Hayes at one point knocked Flair out so Von Erich could get the pin and the title. Von Erich refused to pin him after the dirty deed, which ultimately led to Gordy slamming the cage door on Von Erich's head, as this later cost him the title. It triggered a legendary feud between the Fabulous Freebirds and the Von Erichs and ended a good, respectful friendship between both groups. The Freebird-Von Erich feud ended for good in 1993 during a memorial card in tribute to Kerry Von Erich. Hayes was always the leader of the group with his exceptional mic skills, and he recorded the team's new theme song, Bad Street USA, in 1983. The video to the song features all three of the Fabulous Freebirds as well as Jimmy Garvin, who was often considered the fourth Freebird. They had used the Lynyrd Skynyrd song, Freebird, and Willie Nelson's version of Georgia on My Mind up to that point, and would on occasion in the future. In 1984, the Freebirds had a brief stint in the WWF but left when management wanted to split them up. The Freebirds then spent a few months in the hour in 1985, feuding with the Road Warriors over the Hour World Tag Team Championship, winning the belts temporarily at the inaugural Superclash event before the Hour overturned the decision. The Freebirds interfered in the match where the Warriors lost the belts to Jimmy Garvin and Steve Regal, and subsequently returned to Texas. In 1986, Hayes appeared in the opening credits of Highlander alongside the Fabulous Freebirds, working his purely sexy gimmick on the turnbuckle while writhing free of his ring robe. Universal Wrestling Federation. The Freebirds also spent several months in the Universal Wrestling Federation in 1986 and early 1987 with Sunshine as their manager. There they feuded with the Fantastics and with Dr. Death Steve Williams. In 1986, Hayes, a partner in the Freebirds, Terry Gordy, became the first holder of the UWF heavyweight title. After losing the title by default to One Man Gang, the Freebirds engaged in a major heel versus heel feud with Skandor Akbar's Devastation Inc. group. The feud continued even after Akbar double-crossed Gang and helped Big Bubba Rogers win the title from him, and saw the Freebirds form an alliance with their former enemy Williams against Devastation Inc. As a consequence of this, after the breakup of the Freebirds, Hayes remained in the UWF, now evolved into a fully fledged babyface. At the NWA, UWF co-promoted pay-per-view event Starrcade 87, Hayes teamed with Jimmy Garvin and Sting to face the team of Eddie Gilbert, Rick Steiner and Larry ZBYS ZKO, whom they wrestled to a time limit draw. He also challenged NWA World Champion Ric Flair and frequently teamed with Jimmy Garvin. Music career and return to world-class championship wrestling in 1987. On the back of the popularity of the Bad Street USA theme, Hayes recorded and released an album, Off the Streets. He also performed live concerts to promote the album with his backing band, the Bad Street Band. The July 1988 issue of Pro Wrestling Illustrated contained a column by writer Dave Rosenbaum in which he visited the box office for a Bad Street Band show and surveyed what sort of people would actually go to Hayes' concerts. At around this time, Hayes returned to world-class championship wrestling to find that his former Freebird partners Gordy and Roberts, in alliance with Iceman Parsons in the Angel of Death, had resumed their feud with the Von Erichs. After Gordy and Roberts helped Parsons win the world-class heavyweight title from Kerry Von Erich by bashing Kerry with socks loaded with weights, while the arena lights were mysteriously turned off. A disgusted Hayes allied himself with the Von Erichs against his former Freebird brothers. At the 1988 Parade of Champions, Gordy defeated Hayes in a hair versus hair Triple Dome of Terror match. After the match, however, Gordy refused to cut Hayes' hair and instead turned babyface on Roberts and cut his hair. Subsequently, Hayes and Gordy reunited as babyfaces and feuded with Roberts and his Samoan SWAT team as well as old Freebird enemies Devastation Inc., of whom Parsons was now a member. While all this was going on, Hayes continued with his music career, often playing concerts with his Bad Street Band at the Dallas Sportatorium, world-class's main arena. Inevitably, the music career overlapped with world-class storylines when, at one such concert, Roberts appeared on stage and hit Hayes over the head with a guitar. Hayes also formed a new tag team with Do It To It, Steve Cox, and together they twice briefly beat the Samoan SWAT team for the world-class tag team titles on September 12–16, 1988 and October 15–17, 1988. National Wrestling Alliance. In 1989, Hayes went back to Jim Crockett Promotions, where he wrestled as a face. He turned on U.S. champ Lex Luger during a match with Hiro Matsuda's Yamazaki Corporation, and joined them. The stable included Ric Flair, Barry and Kendall Windham, and Butch Reed. Hayes feuded with Luger and won the U.S. title from him after Terry Gordy surprised everybody and interfered in the match. Hayes soon lost the title back to Luger and the Freebirds entered the tournament to crown new NWA World Tag Team Champions. At Clash of the Champions 7, on June 14, 1989, Jimmy Garvin showed up as the newest Freebird and he and Hayes won the tournament and titles. The new champions immediately feuded with the Midnight Express. Gordy left in late 1989 and Hayes and Garvin feuded with the Rock N' Roll Express. World Championship Wrestling. In 1991, Jim Crockett Promotions became World Championship Wrestling and the Freebirds feuded with the Young Pistols. They soon added another Freebird, the Masked Bad Street. He helped them win the U.S. Tag Team titles and they all won the six-man titles. They also had two managers briefly, Big Daddy Dink and Diamond Dallas Page. Once Bad Street departed from the group in late 1991, the Freebirds were left with no real direction. The Freebirds turned face, and Garvin's wife Precious became their on-screen manager. Although they won the U.S. tag titles again, the Freebirds disbanded by late 1992. Hayes then turned heel again and started managing Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton, who were still members of the Dangerous Alliance. He became a member of sorts and even helped Paulie dangerously in his feud with Medusa. In 1993, Hayes became a fan favorite again and feuded with Paul Orndorff over the TV title and then briefly teamed with Johnny B. Bad and also did some commentating before quitting WCW in January 1994, after being offered a $75,000 a year contract. he went back to Dallas to the Global Wrestling Federation and reunited with Garvin and Gordy as the Freebirds, whom he managed them to win their tag team championship, before the company folded that September. World Wrestling Federation Entertainment WWE. Doc Hendrix. Michael Hayes received a tryout match with the WWF on February 21, 1995 at a WWF Superstars of Wrestling taping in Augusta, Georgia. Wrestling in a dark match, Hayes competed as a face and defeated Ken Raper. However, he retired from active competition due to a serious back injury he suffered while in WCW, and would debut on April 14 instead as Doc Hendrix, WWF Action Zone co-host with Todd Pettengill. As Doc Hendrix, Hayes would interview wrestlers before their matches. His most famous interviews include the birth of Austin 316, the Super Soaker DX commercials, and hosting most of WWF's products. Hayes also worked as a color commentator in 1995 with Vince McMahon on WWF Superstars of Wrestling and on the In Your House 1 and the 1995 King of the Ring pay-per-view events. Manager of the Hardy Boys, Hayes returned to active competition in 1999 for Power Pro Wrestling, where he won the promotion's title. He soon came back to WWF TV as the manager for the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys lost the tag team titles to the Acolytes at Fully Loaded when Hayes was pinned in a handicap match. He was fired by them in August. Backstage roles. He then became a backstage road agent and color commentator for the WWF, initially appearing for one night on the September 23, 1999 broadcast of WWE SmackDown. Hayes became a color commentator on Sunday Night Heat alongside Michael Cole and Kevin Kelly from 2000 to 2001, although he was mostly used on the international broadcasts of that show. At WrestleMania X7 on April 1, 2001, he competed in the Gimmick Battle Royal, but was eliminated by One Man Gang. Hayes received some attention when it became known that, prior to the November 13, 2003 episode of SmackDown, he had canvassed for John Cena to attack his tag team partner Chris Benoit after they had won their match. Hayes believed that adding an edge to Cena's character could recreate the popularity of Stone Cold Steve Austin. After the live crowd reacted badly to the storyline, it was cut from the SmackDown broadcast. During the December 5, 2005 episode of Raw, he became involved in verbal sparring with Edge in which Hayes attacked Edge's lack of main event experience and the details of his love life. Hayes was later attacked by Edge. In October 2006, Hayes became the head creative writer for the SmackDown brand after Alex Greenfield's departure from the company. He can be seen on the second season of WWE Classics On Demand series Legends of Wrestling. Hayes made occasional appearances on WWE programs. On the December 7, 2007 episode of SmackDown, Hayes was a guest of MVP's VIP Lounge. Hayes promoted the new Triumphant Tragedy of WCCW DVD and reinforced its anti-drug message. However, Hayes ended up being attacked by MVP before being saved by Rey Mysterio Jr. On June 28, 2010 episode of Raw, Hayes was one of several legends who accompanied Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who was out to promote his new DVD. Hayes and the other legends were later attacked by the NXT Season 1 graduates, collectively known as the Nexus. On the May 12, 2011 episode of WWE Superstars, Hayes accompanied Tyson Kidd to the ring but turned on him a week later after Kidd lost his match to Yoshitatsu. Hayes hit Kidd, stating he had better things to do than hang around losers. In October 2013, Hayes took a leave of absence from WWE for personal reasons, but he returned to work on December 2, 2013. On August 1, 2014, Hayes appeared in a short segment on the online series JBL and Cole Showy in which he stared at her Freebirds. Call to Inquire flyer. In February 2015, Hayes partook in a WWE.com interview alongside Arn Anderson with Michael Cole to discuss Triple H and Sting's match at WrestleMania 31. In wrestling, finishing and signature moves: DDT, front face lock drop, Bulldog, managers: Sunshine, Hiro Matsuda, Diamond Dallas Page, Big Daddy Dink, Little Richard Marley, Paulie, Dangerously. Wrestlers managed: The Hardy Boys, Tyson Kidd. Entrance themes: Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd, Georgia on My Mind by Willie Nelson, Bad Street USA by Michael Hayes and the Backstreet Band. Championships and accomplishments: Cauliflower Alley Club, Luther's Lifetime Achievement Award, Georgia Championship Wrestling, NWA Georgia Tag Team Championship with Terry Gordy, NWA National Tag Team Championship with Terry Gordy and Otis Sistrunk, NWA United National Championship, Mid-South Wrestling Association, Mid-South Tag Team Championship with Terry Gordy, NWA Mid-America, NWA Mid-America Tag Team Championship with Terry Gordy, Power Pro Wrestling, PPW Heavyweight Championship, Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame, Class of 2015, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, PWI Tag Team of the Year Award in 1981 with Terry Gordy. PWI ranked him number 56 of the top 500 singles wrestlers in the PWI 500 in 1992. PWI ranked him number 71 of the top 500 singles wrestlers of the PWI years in 2003. PWI ranked him number 3 of the top 100 tag teams of the PWI years, with Terry Gordy in 2003. World Championship Wrestling, NWA United States Heavyweight Championship, NWA WCW World Tag Team Championship with Jimmy Garvin, WCW United States Tag Team Championship with Jimmy Garvin, WCW World Six-Man Tag Team Championship with Jimmy Garvin and Bad Street, World Class Championship Wrestling, World Class Wrestling Association, NWA American Tag Team Championship with Terry Gordy, NWA WCWA World Six-Man Tag Team Championship with Terry Gordy and Buddy Roberts and Kerry Von Erich and Kevin Von Erich, WCWA World Tag Team Championship with Steve Cox, Wrestling Observer Newsletter Tag Team of the Year with Buddy Roberts as the Fabulous Freebirds Most Charismatic Best Heel Feud of the Year with Buddy Roberts and Terry Gordy vs. The Von Erichs Match of the Year with Buddy Roberts and Terry Gordy vs. The Von Erichs in an Anything Goes match on July 4. Best Color Commentator Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame, as part of the Fabulous Freebirds discography. Single Bad Street USA Grand Theft Records 1984. Album Off the Streets, Grand Theft Records 1987. Tracklist: Everything Is Alright, When the Love Comes Down, The Night You Can't Remember, Ain't Superstitious, Touch My Level, I Gotta Have It, The Boys Are Back in Town, You Made Me the Way I Am, Blue Jean Queen, Heartbeat Away, Bad Street USA.